Dirty Truth Tellers.
I got something for you, a little bit of blues. First you steal from us, then you lie to us. You're like a modern day Bonnie and Clyde. You're gangsters with no pride, yeah. How low can you go? Nancy and Paul, you're a couple of hoes. You tripled your wealth, yeah. Picking stocks with so much luck, that's what you said. You must think that we're all just a bunch of stupid fucks. I know you do, but you call yourself Democrats when all you all are just a couple of rats, yeah. So tell me now, how low can you go? Yeah. Nancy and Paul, you're just a couple of hoes, yeah. How low can you go? Nancy and Paul, you're just a couple of hoes. You like to steal from us, lie to us, take from us, put them beads around your neck and think that we can't see you sweat. You're just a hoe, Nancy, yeah, you're just a hoe with a scarf around your neck, trying to hide the vampire bites. Cause I'm saying, Nancy, Paul, a couple of hoes, that's what you know. A couple of hoes, that's what you are. Yeah, Nancy and Paul, just a couple of hoes.
Oh. Wow, yeah. Hassan, I felt like we were on the Mississippi Delta.
Yeah,
really did.
Yeah. They're just a couple of hoes.
You could be like blind Naima Hassan. A lot of those guys like blind.
Well, I can hardly see.
Yeah,
I can hardly see.
So, wow, that was great.
Thank you.
That was the ode to
how low will you go?
Nancy and Paul.
Yes.
Pelosi.
Just
Mr.
a couple
and Mrs.
of
Pelosi.
hoes.
And good evening and welcome. We're Epstein and Hassan, the Dirty Truth Tellers. And it's time for the news, Hassan.
Oh, yes, let's have it. Let's have the news. Let's see what we got. And here we go.
Good evening, we're Epstein and Hassan, and here's the news. This is a report that we saw in Stooptack, or something like that.
Stooptack.
But it's written by a very famous journalist, Glenn Greenwald.
Yes.
The great Glenn Greenwald.
Glenn
Greenwald.
Greenwald.
So here we go. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is the 6th richest member of Congress.
Wow.
According to the recent financial disclosures filed in 2019. As the California Democrat has risen through party ranks and attained more and more political power, her personal wealth has risen right along with it, Hassan.
Wow.
Pelosi has seen her wealth increase $115 million since 2004. Now, this was reported by the transparency nonprofit group Open Secrets. Even by the standards of wealth that define the legislative body, you know that more than half of the people in Congress are multimillionaires.
Unbelievable.
The wealth and lifestyle of the longtime liberal politician Nancy Pelosi, the most powerful lawmaker in Washington, is lavish. And ever since ascending to the top spot as the Speaker of the House, Pelosi and her husband Paul keep getting richer and richer. And much of this added wealth is due to extremely lucrative and, in quotation marks, lucky, just so lucky, decisions about when to buy and sell stocks.
That's like they're just having
Paul
intuition.
is like a psychic kind of guy.
Yeah,
he just can seem to pick stocks
he
like
knows
nobody
how
else.
to pick them.
Paul Pelosi, this guy can. He's like the. He's like a psychic. Years ago, he'd have his own psychic show where he could read your mind and give you. But his stock tips are unbelievable. And most of these lucky decisions that Paul has made about when to buy and sell stocks involve companies in which Pelosi, as the House Speaker, exercises enormous and direct influence. 75% of Paul and Nancy's stock trades have been in the big tech industry. In the last 2 years, Nancy and Paul, in their tech stocks alone, have made $33 million. This has happened while Nancy controls the committee where the legislation is decided. So let me just get this straight to the people here that Nancy and Paul, nice couple, live in San Francisco area. You know, they started out, they had some money, they weren't poor, but their money has like zoomed. And in particular, in the last couple of years, they've made over $30 million on stock tips. That Nancy Pelosi is directly involved. I'm like, directly?
What is
I don't
wrong?
know. I got a thing going on.
Yeah.
They're directly involved. But here's the amazing thing that Glenn Greenwald writes about. Both Nancy says that she never, ever discusses with Paul any business before any of her committees. And that all of these stock transactions that Paul, like a wizard, this guy is good. I mean, he is hot. Like, he just recently did a deal that earned him $5 million, which is why this article was written, because it was kind of shocking. He traded the stock, and then the next
all
day,
on intuition.
everything right, just luck.
Yes,
and I was thinking, like, if you and I, let's say you were the Speaker of the House.
Yes.
And we were lying in bed, and you know, I would try to get information out of you because I too then could trade stocks with insider information.
I would not have that discussion with you.
Right? You wouldn't do it, no matter what I did. Let's say I went down and gave you the best.
You could go down,
No, I mean,
things will be great.
Let's say I was really hitting the spot. I was just. So I think that Paul and Nancy, but Nancy swears, and you know something, Nancy is you know, this is the woman, by the way.
Do you believe her?
Well,
does America believe her?
Do I believe her? I'm going to tell you the truth because we're dirty truth tellers. And since I'm a dirty truth teller, I don't fucking believe a word she says.
Not a word.
I don't believe a word that woman
You're
said.
having that talk
This
with
is
him.
the woman who blocked us from getting universal health care,
That's
who
right.
blocked us from getting the $15 minimum wage.
Don't forget
who
that.
blocked us every chance she gets. She
That's
votes
right.
for corporate America. Why? Because she's obviously getting inside stock information. You know, during the pandemic, the Republicans were going to give us a lot more money. It was Pelosi who blocked it.
That's right.
Now, of course, many of the people who like Epstein and Hassan are fans of identity politics. And when you criticize Pelosi, it sounds like you're criticizing her to some people because she's a powerful woman. So therefore, you're not supposed to, just like you're not supposed to criticize Hillary Clinton, you're not supposed to criticize Madeleine Albright, the woman who said like a million dead Iraqi children was worth it, because they're women, they have vaginas, and you can't criticize them. But I have a feeling, Hassan, and I could be wrong, that when Paul and Nancy are laying in bed, you know, they have a couple. She loves ice cream. We saw that. They probably get some wine, some ice cream, some
when
cheese.
When she takes that scarf and beads off her neck and takes that wig, the front of the wig off and puts it down and she's lying in bed, they're discussing.
Yeah, I think she takes that scarf and ties it around Paul Pelosi's balls.
They're discussing
and
it.
she says, you better make lucky picks. You better just make it through luck.
And the fact that she has the nerve to say, we never discuss anything. It's an assault to our intelligence. And you know what, everybody? I don't care if the person looks like you, identifies with what you identify with. If they have no integrity, we have to be willing to call these motherfuckers out.
I mean, this is corruption
I'm
beyond
sorry.
belief.
I'm sorry.
I mean, the Republicans do it too. We're not saying that the Republicans, they also did insider trading.
No.
You should not be able to trade on Wall Street when you're in politics. We have to take the money angle out. But this is an amazing thing if you think about it. This is amazing. What luck this guy has. I mean, unbelievable luck.
Didn't they put Martha Stewart in jail?
They put her in jail for a similar kind of thing.
For a similar thing?
You know, but she didn't know Paul Pelosi. If she was only, like Martha Stewart, you should have given your pussy, like Nancy was smart. She was smart. Nancy would be just a regular congresswoman who was,
right.
You know,
she gave
just
it to a man
lowly
that had
millionaire.
intuition.
You know, maybe a 5-10 millionaire.
Yeah.
No. She got a guy that can pick stocks like nobody else.
Nobody.
I can't do shit. Hassan years ago told me to invest in Apple. I said, Apple? There's no way that's going to make any money.
He thought I was talking about the fruit.
I'm not psychic.
No. When I told him about computers, he's like, "That's not going to be in. Nobody's not going to have one."
I'm like she always says. She gets the one Jew that has no business sense. None.
But he's a sweetheart.
So what else is in the news? And all the news by today, the song was called How Low Can You Go?
How low can
Because our whole show today is about corruption
and how low
you can go.
People go, baby.
That is
and
American
they go
exceptionalism
you
right
know
there.
that dance to Lindy, they go under the
Did
bar.
you do that?
Yeah.
I tried to do that when I was a kid. I hurt my back. I was like, I just tried to get under there, and I was like, oh,
how low were you?
How low?
Yeah, you weren't low. All right. Now, we've heard about this guy, Thomas Barak. He's a real estate investor who chaired Trump's inauguration committee, was arrested on Tuesday for allegedly secretly lobbying him on behalf of the UAE and will be released on $250 million bond before his trial in an agreement reached by the prosecutors on Friday. Now, under his term of his bail, he's monitored by a GPS, won't be allowed to travel outside of Los Angeles or New York City metropolitan area. Now, he's subject to a curfew, means that he can't go anywhere, right? Now, he'll be arraigned on Monday in federal court, and he's charged with trying to steer Trump's foreign policy position in favor of UAE priorities without registering as a foreign agent in the U.S. Department of Justice. Then he was lying about it to the FBI, said acting Assistant Attorney General Mark Lesko in a statement. You're just not understanding. I would never do anything to jeopardize this country.
But here's the thing, Hassan.
Here we have a guy who's a billionaire, right? He's a billionaire. $250 million is shit for him. Now, let's look at a lot of the men who are in prison, who happen to be men of color, who happen to be black. All right, these men, a lot of them have no money. They will set their bail so high, knowing they can't pay $1,000 bail.
They can't pay $1,000
But this guy, you know he can pay $250
There are so many people in jail right now, and the jails are filled with COVID, by the way, who can't pay $1,000 to get out. But this guy who's worth over $1 billion has a private jet, by the way, so he doesn't need to leave this country in an airport. They give him a $250 million bail where he can go to the UAE or to Dubai, and the United States doesn't have extradition treaties.
Can't do
so
anything.
He can live there with the other billion that he's got.
Yes.
So if you're going to give this guy bail at all, the bail should have been for $1.2 billion. You should have taken every penny he has.
Every single
I'm
penny.
sure he's got money stored away anywhere, other places.
Please.
But $250 million, that's like asking me for a $10 bail. I'll give you $10.
Yes.
But once again, you know what it is? It's American corruption. It's the same thing as Nancy Pelosi.
How low all of them go.
This country has now hit the stage where we have a super upper class, and then we have, you know, the people that are, you know, making a couple of $100,000, and then everybody else is going to starve to death here. And they don't care. They want you to die. We know that because of COVID. When we told you this when we first started doing our show about 9 months ago, that they want people dead, we got people who were like, oh, you two are just ridiculous.
You're just
we were recently called communists because we speak out against the United States.
And here's the thing. if somebody ever says to you that you're a communist, who says you can't be a communist? We're not a communist, but who says you can't be a socialist?
Be a communist
you
here.
can be whatever the fuck you want to be. I thought in America.
We have socialism here, but socialism goes to the big companies. We are a socialist country.
Don't
when
kid
Wall
yourself.
Street goes bankrupt, they just give them billions and billions of dollars.
They don't give it to you. They don't give it to me.
But we're all starving to death.
We're not psychic like Paul. We don't have that ability to pick up the stocks.
No, I don't. I really don't have psychic ability, Hassan. This is a big thing with me. I don't know, and I feel bad because I am Jewish, and I felt like I should have helped. I'm sure married me partially for my stock abilities.
No, I knew you didn't have it, baby.
Paul Pelosi, though, this guy is good, and Nancy too. Nancy and that other one from California, Feinstein.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Feinstein's worth $300 million. Nancy's worth. Where do you make all this money in stocks? Because they know what's happening.
Because if you check with the communities that you're supposedly taking care of, particularly Nancy's community, the poverty level there.
Well, in San Francisco,
it's disgusting.
Right, from what I hear, it's really bad. But anyway,
yes.
Play the news theme because our guest is here. So let's hear the news.
What's he want?
He wants to come in and talk. What do you mean, what does he want?
Well, let's just remember, everybody, we give you the news.
So,
I'm going to get to the door.
Yeah, so how low can you go? This is just not unbelievable. It's unbelievable that it's out and out stealing. And, the problem is the Republicans are just as bad. That senator from Georgia, they nothing ever happens to these people. And by the way, speaking of how low can they go, once again, the United States Justice Department under, this is Biden's Justice Department now, has decided not to go after Trump's Secretary of Commerce, who also was Wilbur Ross, who also was engaging in all types of corrupt actions. And from what I understand, this is like the fifth person now who they could go after on corruption charges. All of them work for Trump. But that the Biden Justice Department wants to move forward. They don't want to go after these people, which is a disaster. And we've just been through this a few years ago when Obama didn't go after his Justice Department, allowed Bush and Cheney and the dead now Rumsfeld all to get away with war crimes because they committed torture. And Obama said, no, we're going to move forward. But I don't even think it's really moving forward. I think if you're rich in America, this joke that we have that we're all equal in front of the law, I mean, it's kind of nonsensical. You got a guy who was basically a traitor to the United States, this guy Barrack. And it sounds like $250 million is a lot of money, but not to him. $250 million to him is nothing. And it'll be amazing. He did show up in court today. She said it was because today is Monday, and he did show up in court, which stunned me because I thought he'd be gone by now. But we'll see what happens with him if he stays. I should call Paul Pelosi because he can read the future. One thing about Paul Pelosi, this guy knows everything. Like if you come on in, if you want to bet on a baseball game, I would call Paul. Just say Paulie and Nancy. They're just like a regular kind of peeps. They a nice Italian American couple. And here he is, the legendary. It's been a couple of weeks since I've seen you. The great
What's up?
Joe Keys.
But my clothes don't want to turn on too many women, man.
So how are you, Joe?
I'm doing good, man.
Do you have any news for us today? Because we need news. We're a news show.
Well, you've been doing the news, man.
Well, we want to continue with the news. Do you have something?
Calm down, man.
Because I had sent you an email. I didn't know you'd have to dress yourself for 3 hours fixing your coat.
Well, obviously somebody has to dress on this show, man. Come on. Well, I gotta tell you something, man. What's bothering me? All these motherfuckers going into space. This whole space bullshit, man. We can't even handle shit on Earth, but we gonna fuck around and go into space. And these billionaires, man, I tell you, their moms did something to them when they was young, just fucked them all up. I brought something in I just wanted to share with you. Like the first one, that billionaire Richard Branson. Now he got a shit going on. Like he got his ship that he put up that had a female symbol, man. It was name a virgin, like he got to have a virgin.
Doesn't he own Virgin Airlines?
Yeah, but everything, but just think about that shit.
Yeah,
with that,
he likes virgins.
He likes virgins,
Yeah.
right? Anything to control, that's the control shit, right?
Yeah, I never understood why men want virgins.
Nah, why would you?
I want a woman with experience.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm not fucking, I mean, what am I, a cookbook? I gotta give you
Yeah,
instructions?
you know, I don't want to
Get
say
the
anything
hell
about
out.
Hassan,
Nah,
but you know, like by the time
nah.
I got to
man,
her,
when she
I
was
mean,
like a veteran.
She was a veteran, you know. She,
Yeah,
you know,
she had a PH fucking D.
there was
man.
nothing, you know. And remember when they used to say that the terrorists, they would blow up buildings because they wanted to go to heaven, where there would be 72 virgins waiting for them. And then later on, you actually found out that it wasn't it was like virgin fruit. It wasn't
Yeah,
meant
they
to
didn't
be.
want no goddamn.
Well, no, they wanted, and I would always say no. If I die, you know, if I blew myself up, I want 72 hoes. I want the kind of women who, you know,
What
not
the
afraid
fuck
to
they
touch it.
doing?
No, a virgin is new. She doesn't know what to
You
do.
gotta do everything.
Right. I mean, a woman like Hassan, when I met her.
Does a woman want a man that don't know where the clit is? Does a woman want a man that don't know how to do what she needs done?
No, I don't think so. That's what I'm saying. The whole virgin thing is like, you know, I don't know.
And then see, for you know, for some women, you gotta know, you know, where the area is. You know what I'm saying?
The great thing
where
about
the
Hassan
zone
is Hassan's got zones everywhere. She's just
she's a fucking
she's
zoney.
a veteran. She's
Yeah,
a total veteran.
But you know, your
When
name.
you get in bed with her,
All right,
man.
well, I don't want to hear about your wife, man. I don't, you know, I'm kind of like a man, the drummer, or Blakey. If I'm not fucking her, I'm not interested, man. I'm not interested in that. But let me tell you though, man, he gonna name his ship the Virgin, and then he gonna, and then that Jeff Bezos, man. That little short motherfucker got a
Did you
phallic
see him
dick
when he
on
flew
him.
into space with his cowboy
Cowboy hat on. He had Botox, man. I don't know if you saw that. It said his face was swollen up, man. That little jumpsuit, Prince jumpsuit.
But
he
his
had
thing
on.
was looked like it didn't look like.
It looked like a penis.
He
man.
flew up in a penis. Jeff Bezos actually climbed into a penis with some other guys.
Yeah.
I mean, Australia.
No, one woman too.
And they went like 56 inches into space.
Yeah.
Billions of dollars, and then he comes
But what
down.
about his comment, man, when
Oh,
he
yeah,
said he
get to
thanked all his Amazon employees because they paid for that shit? You know what? You gonna die in hell with no fucking air, man. You just fucked up. And it's sad we idolize these people.
This is a guy who won't even let his workers take a piss. And he's thanking them for getting him in. And he thanked us too, because we buy, you know, if you buy from Amazon, you give him
But
money.
you know what? If you look at history, don't all those motherfuckers that played kings and all that shit, they look down at their servants, you know? They're like, you know, thank you for worshiping me.
Yeah, people do worship that guy. I find it amazing. People were actually defending him. You know, that he gives work to people. The guy is one of the worst bosses. I mean, it's just he's a union buster. He created a great service. You know, you buy shit from
He could
him.
have taken that money and done so much with the world. Because my thing is that, okay, when you get to, let's say, another planet, who's setting the rules? Who's ruling?
Did you hear what he also said? He wants to send all the things that pollute on Earth into space so that we can clean up the Earth. And he wants to make like space into like for nuclear plants, right? A garbage dump in space. This is the guy. Instead of, you know, and here's a point. I've said this to my wife. Nobody remembers who the richest person in the world was, let's say in 1500. But we do remember Buddha, and we do remember Jesus. Jeff Bezos, or Bezos, however he pronounces his name, he has enough money that he literally could pay off everybody's student debt, everybody's hospital debt, and feed everyone in the world, and still have $100 billion.
And still go
And then
up
the
in
rest
space.
of the world would think of him as being a Christ-like figure.
But he could still go up in space.
But he doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to do that. He wants to be with some girl with fake titties, a fake ass, a fake face.
She can fly a plane, baby.
Damn.
You sitting next to a woman with big titties that can fly a plane, shit, you grab over on your cock, man.
I hope she keeps the plane going straight.
Oh, yes, it's straight, man. She can lean on that shit. I understand that, man. I dated a woman that could fly a helicopter.
Can you? Do you really?
Yeah, it's nice, man.
Son can't even drive a car. I took her
I
try to
wouldn't-
teach her
I
how to drive
wouldn't
one
get in the
time. It
car
was almost
with
the end of our marriage.
I wouldn't, man.
Brutal,
No,
brutal.
no.
So what else do you have
All
for
right,
us?
now, J-Lo, look, babe, you just turned 52, right?
Back to J-Lo.
Back to J-Lo, right?
She's 52.
Yeah, she just turned 52, right? And then, you know, when you getting your body worked on, and I know you're saying you ain't doing nothing but eating fruit and cha-cha-cha and all that shit, but I'm not fooled. Now, J-Lo, you at the club singing Jenny on the Block. Look, baby, let's get real. You don't know about a motherfucking block. You wouldn't last on the block right now. You know what? When you're in life and you made money, you can't be in two places at one time. I know that made you feel good when you sang that song, because you can act like you're down to earth. You ain't on no fucking block, and you know what
She's worth over $100 million.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she's not as rich as Nancy and Paul.
No, but she's
close.
Yeah.
She's close to Nancy and Paul.
But she gave up A-Rod to smoking Ben Aykroyd. The motherfucker love to smoke, man.
Yeah, she'll have somebody new. That's the thing about J-Lo. J-Lo never goes long without some
Yeah, she gotta have somebody.
You know, and she's 52. I thought she was a little younger than that. So
No,
she's
she's
coming to the
52.
end.
Yeah.
She's coming to the end.
Yeah,
she can only
she's
keep
really-
that body together.
I mean,
know.
she is really pressing, holding that shit together.
She's trying. She's definitely trying. But she's coming to the end.
Ask
of
Madonna, ask Tina. It happens.
It happens for everybody.
Everybody.
Unfortunately, it even happened for Epstein.
Yeah.
It's happened for me.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
noticed, man.
You know, I'm not the young stud that I used to be.
Well, see, the thing of it is why it works for me, because I don't try to act like I am what I ain't.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like for instance, when I'm in bed with a woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going 15 hours.
No.
You know, I'll do what you
How
need.
about 15 minutes?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'll do what you need, but you know what? At some point, you gotta know if you ain't coming, I'm coming. We gotta go in there with a set goal. We gonna come.
All right. I think there's somebody at the door.
Well, you should answer. This ain't my house.
All right. You want to take over?
Yeah, I'll take over.
All right.
Yeah.
It's right over there.
I know what the fucking camera is. What am I, Ray Charles? I can't see. I can see, man. What's with this hairstyle, man? What's up, man? You just wild.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I like it.
Thank you.
I like it, man.
I may cut my hair soon though.
Yeah, all right.
Protest.
Yeah.
Protest.
So, I mean, J-Lo, if you decided that you tired of bouncing all around here and you want a steady thing, I mean, don't forget how much drama I could play behind you. Right? You like working with your partners, and you know, I don't want your money. I don't need none of that shit. I can make you feel good, baby, but I'd have you accept your age. That bullshit age is just a number. Come on in, that's bullshit.
Joe Keys!
Yeah.
It's me, Steve E Sports. Hey Joe, how you doing? It's good to see you.
What's up, man?
Very good to see
You
you.
too, man.
And I'm excited to be here today
I
on
like that. You
Epstein and Hassan's Dirty Truth Tellers. But I'm here to do.
Yeah, but you are here.
I'm here to do a.
God damn it.
I had a little gas.
Ah, motherfucker.
I had a little
fumed
gas.
up
You
the
gotta
whole-
mention it. When I slid back into the seat, a little gas came out. And I know it's pretty bad. Buddy over here is vomiting.
Yeah, we all are.
Oh, man.
Shit.
I'm the only newsman who admits the truth. I came on and I
We're all
farted.
crying.
I farted. So what? It's
God
human.
damn.
Humans fart.
No,
You know
we
what I'm
don't.
saying? Humans fart. You never fart?
Not in public, man. Not when I'm doing a show.
Well, I didn't mean to do it.
The fuck that happened?
And it's still stinking too. It's
It's
powerful.
unbelievable.
It's a powerful one. I'm a powerful man. A manly man. Thank God Hassan's not here. She would be crying and bitching and moaning. She always has some
So
shit
what you
to
got
say.
for us, man? Come on.
So anyway, this is a story that came out a couple of weeks ago, but I
Yeah.
have an update.
Yeah.
Many of you may remember that the Los Angeles Dodger pitcher,
Yeah.
Trevor Bauer,
Yeah.
was arrested for 2 sexual episodes that he engaged in April and May, when he punched a woman so hard that he gave her facial fractures.
Whoa.
And this is the part he choked her so long that she got unconscious.
Get the fuck out.
Now, he is saying that she agreed to the sex,
But she's saying she liked it rough. Like there were emails. She sent him a few emails.
Right.
But he's saying that she liked it, but she's saying she didn't want to be choked out. Who choked somebody out?
What does she mean? She wanted to be choked, but not choked until
She wanted some rough kind of sex, rough action. A lot of people are into that these days when you slap the titty or you
what did
slap
she
the...
agree to, man?
She says that all she said was she agreed to have sex. She might be a little bit rough, but she says she did not consent and never, ever consented to that. Now, he's saying that she said it was the best sex of her life and that she said give him more pain. Anyway, a lot of people, when we first saw this thing, thought it would go away by now. But here's the thing. It has not gone away, which means that the Los Angeles police force are investigating it. But here's the shocking and most important news. Trevor Bauer, who is the baseball player accused of this, is the highest paid pitcher in baseball history.
Yeah.
No one got more money than this guy. His teammates, the Los Angeles Dodgers, don't want him to come back.
Really?
That shocked me today. That showed some class. They don't want this guy because he did some disgusting shit to a woman.
I saw the text messages, man. And she said in the text messages that she liked it.
She said that she liked it in the text messages, but that's not enough to end the case, which means that there's some more stuff going on that you don't know about, Joe. And we're not TMZ. I don't have any inside information. I'm just here to tell men something. Do you have mothers? Do you have sisters? Do you have daughters? Do you think they want to be choked out? Whatever happened to getting on top of a woman, squeezing her titties?
Because you know why, man?
Squeezing her ass.
Watching porno now, and they think that's real.
To choke her out, though?
No, wait a minute. Here's the thing. Let's say that you somebody that likes doing that, right? You gotta be very careful with who, because after a couple cocktails, and he's a celebrity, so she gonna act like she liked it.
Why don't you choke me? Just see, for like a few seconds. Just choke me.
White motherfucker.
Do it for racism. Just choke me for a speak. Go ahead, do it. You're an improv. Choke me, bitch.
What if I start? No.
Choke me, black motherfucker. Choke me. All right, enough.
No.
Enough. I can't breathe. Oh,
you see, man?
Oh, my dick is hard.
I didn't want to
feel my dick.
Now get the fuck out of here.
Oh, I never been choked like that before.
I didn't want to stop, man. I want to kill you.
I saw that. I saw the hatred in your eyes.
It came up, man. I thought I liked you.
Damn. I did get a little bit of a Woody, though. I'm not going to deny it when you grabbed my strong black man touching my neck. My dick got a little aroused.
I'm getting out of here.
Anyway, I'm going to go first. I go first, and then you go when he comes back.
Now I can breathe.
All right. I'm sorry about the fart. That was a little rough on my neck.
Well, you said choking.
I know you got some shots. I know you did. Anyway, I'll be back in a minute.
To choke that motherfucker, yeah. That's why you gotta be careful, because, you get around there and then they might say some shit and you're like, oh, really? You can't do it. Like, if I meet a woman, right, let's say she she want me to beat her and shit, right? With a belt or something, I like that, Joe. You beat me a little bit. I'm like, you know what? First, let me see, I want you to hit me the way you want to be hit. Show me, so I'll make her do it to me first.
Oh, that's cool. I've never done that. I'm not into the whole choking thing.
Well, you're not that strong, man.
I also don't really, I don't think knocking someone out, I'm not like into fucking a dead woman, I mean, I've been married for 35 years, but I don't remember, at least a dead woman would be something new, but it's not, what I'm saying?
But you don't know what people
I would never let Hassan choke me, although, I'll tell you, I felt that.
I would not. Well, if there's an agreement for it.
Even with agreement, you could go too far and kill somebody. But anyway, Joe, thank you so much. Legendary.
I'm going out to make love to somebody.
Artistic director of Epstein and Hassan's Black and Jew, what do we call the show? Oh, the Dirty Truth Tellers. I have so many shows. The Black and the Jew Comedy Hour, What You Can and Cannot Say During Interracial Sex.
Goodbye.
What were some of the other names? He's black, she's black, he's Jewish, they're married, oy vey. We've had a bunch of different shows, but this one, our YouTube extravaganza, we call Epstein and Hassan's Dirty Truth Tellers. So tonight we really did want to take a look at these greedy bastards, Nancy and Paul Pelosi. This guy, the traitor, Tom Barrack, the friend of Trump, who, by the way, Trump is in for a lot of shit with that inaugural thing. There's millions and millions of dollars that have just disappeared. But it doesn't look like Merrick Garland, the Attorney General, wants to go after Trump at all, which is absolutely the wrong way to go. They should be going after Trump on every single thing. They got to change the Justice Department. That rule where you can't go after a sitting president, you can't indict.
Okay, Joe.
That needs to be changed. But anyway, Hassan is back.
He's telling me in the hallway that if you got some red marks on your neck, he choked you.
He choked Stevie Sports.
No, he choked Stevie Sports,
Yeah.
you said?
I thought he told Stevie Sports farted, and I thought he was going to warn you because I know that you have very sensitive nostrils.
Well, I heard part of the show when you guys were talking about the baseball player choking the woman.
Trevor Bauer. He should be outed. That's his name. He's a fucking asshole.
You know what? We have to be very careful, ladies and men, when we're in situations with people. And when you feel uncomfortable, when something doesn't work, say it.
You know, years ago when you
Say
did
it.
S&M, they used to have a safe word. Like you had a word that you would say, like, anchovies.
Obviously, they didn't have a safe word.
No, because she was making it with this big. I think he's got $43 million a year.
Yeah, so she didn't give him
He ruined his whole life.
Yeah.
He ruined his whole life to do some kinky shit, some vicious kinky shit that his own teammates. That really surprised me. That surprised me.
Wow.
So they must think he did it.
Yeah.
They must.
Well,
think he did
he's
it.
not denying he didn't do it. He's saying that
She wanted it.
She wanted it.
I don't know if she wanted to get. But anyway, Hassan, we haven't done a fuck you in a while, but today's a special fuck you.
We got one.
And let's bring him out, ladies and gentlemen. You met him a little while ago. This is, of course, Fox News host Tucker Carlson. He's so white that he's so white. Now, I don't know if any of you saw this. It just happened like yesterday, but this won't be on for like a week, so it'll be like old news by then. But some guy, Tucker Carlson, was in Montana, and some guy went up to him and said to him in his face.
Okay, I'm gonna hold Tucker, and you be the guy.
Hey, how you doing?
You are the fucking worst human being on earth.
Don't tell me that shit.
All the misinformation, you're killing people with the vaccine
Get outta
nonsense. You are a racist. You are the worst human being
What?
on
Oh,
earth.
I'm on camera? Let me smile. Oh, yeah.
So, Tucker got really upset when the guy said all this shit. And amazingly today, this is why we wanted to give him and Fox News a fuck you. Fox News comes out today and says that it's wrong what the guy did to Tucker Carlson because he was with his wife and children, and they shouldn't attack, what do they call it, ambush him in the store in Montana. Jesse Waters on the O'Reilly Show ambushed people every single night and got himself his own show on Fox doing that. So if you see Tucker Carlson, like we're seeing him right now, Tucker, fuck you. And you know what was great? The guy wasn't a huge guy, but he was taller than Tucker is like a short.
And he was so
This
eloquent.
is Tucker. This is Tucker.
He was so eloquent in his speech. You know, and the great thing what that man showed is, you might expect that from a person of color, right? You're going to think that. No. This guy was
like a white guy.
average-looking white
He was
guy.
like he looked like a guy that would be a bartender on the Lower East Side.
But
he had a beard.
It
was a
you
classic.
Know what? To you, man.
Fuck
right
you.
On.
That's even Buddy wants to get in there. So what is he listening to here? He's got his headphones on.
Yeah.
Ready? Pick up Bill. Fuck you, Tucker Carlson.
Yes.
Well, that's our show for today, Hassan.
Yes.
You look very pretty tonight.
Thank
I'd like
you.
to mention that. Your hair looks great. You have
Thank
you look really beautiful.
Thank you.
Your titties is nice. I like that you can see a little bit, but not too much. Because you're a married woman, it's respectful.
Okay.
And no, really.
But you can have your shirt open, right?
Yeah, no, I wanted to look more.
Oh, please don't. Oh my God.
I wanted to look more Brooklyn. Yeah, like a little Brooklyn Italian look.
Hot.
So,
who's it time for?
It's time for the Jackies, and
Yes.
they're gonna have shit to say because they always have shit to say.
I know.
We're Epstein and Hassan, the Dirty Truth Tellers.
my God.
What the hell is that about?
I don't know.
Choking a woman like that? Why would you do
Yeah,
that?
when he walked by and shook the camera, what is wrong with him?
That's what you're gonna talk about? You
Yeah,
don't have
he
anything
shook the
else to
fucking
say?
camera. So it made it look like we were moving.
Yeah, but you know what? I like that guy saying that to Tucker Carlson.
Oh, he's my hero, man.
Tucker Carlson's parents, they owned Swanson's TV dinners.
Yeah, so when you support Swanson, you support Tucker.
Yeah,
Did you know that?
They give you those little baked potato, the chicken.
You remember that shit
It
with
was
the
all
corn?
chemicals, total chemicals.
And that fucking turkey with the gravy? Ah!
It was disgusting, but Tucker looked so scared. I loved
Yeah.
it. You know, Chris Cuomo, he's all on steroids.
Yeah.
So when that guy said shit to him,
He got all scared.
all his Queens Italian shit came out. Like
Oh,
he was
yeah.
he was a Guido from Queens.
No, he
I'll
wasn't.
kick your fucking ass.
Yeah, more
motherfucker.
people need to approach these people.
When you
Stop
see these
harming us.
guys, you go up to them and you tell them the truth.
That's right.
Like
You're
you tell
fucking
them.
up America.
You're fucking up our country. And we're not even Americans. We don't have bodies.
No. Oh, gosh.
But I did state, you know, because we don't have bodies, we're not human in a sense, we're just consciousness. We went over to see what Nancy and Paul talk about during sex.
We were there.
So while Paul's playing with those titties, those old titties, he's squeezing them. She's
getting all the
she's saying
information.
things like this. Google 74.4.
And he is getting turned on.
American Airlines 81.6.
We heard it. See, we're the Jackies. We know.
And then when Paul is coming, he starts screaming, Nancy! I'm so lucky!
Yeah.
Lucky!
Yeah.
Fuck Niels. And fuck you, Tucker.